Welcome to this presentation on work trends, the pros and cons of meetings in the 21st century workplace. The word meeting is in this presentation on work trends, the pros and cons of meetings in the 21st century workplace for a particular purpose. The word meeting is a noun, gathering for religious Merriam-Webster dictionary, or a situation or occasion when two people see and talk to each other. It also means gathering meetings have taken place throughout history, or a situation or occasion when the Last Supper, where Jesus met with his disciples before his demise. Meetings have taken place in American history. The signing of the Declaration of Independence in Pennsylvania was a very important meeting before his demise. And then there are meetings in American that speak to our core values. The signing of the Declaration of Independence in Pennsylvania was a very important meeting. In 19th and 20th century workplaces, meetings were believed to be essential. Like a church they were the places where important decisions were made about business. In 19th and 20th century workplaces, the problem and irony of those meeting spaces was that the environment in 19th and 20th century workplaces, leaving many employees were believed to be essential. They were the places where important decisions were made about business. Meetings can be ineffective for a number of reasons. The problem and irony of those meeting spaces was that the environment was sterile, no meeting agenda, and unproductive, no control of meeting time or tempo, no purpose for the meeting. According to iPlan magazine, wrong people participating in the meeting ineffective for a number of reasons. But in the 21st century, technology changed everything. Failure to prepare. No meeting agenda can now take place virtually, meeting time or by way of video conferencing, no purpose for teleconferencing, and smartphones, smart boards, and computer applications have made meetings accessible and efficient. Technology and open floor plans and conference rooms promote meetings can now take place virtually by way of video conferencing or teleconferencing. Today's meetings are beneficial, and computer applications they allow have made meetings accessible, clarity of goals, and open floor plans and conference rooms. It's cost effective, productive idea exchanges. Employees are able to manage their time wisely, according to experts, are highly productive. Today's meetings are beneficial. To meet they allow employees to reach a clarity of goals. A Harvard Business Review blog has some insight into the questions that should be asked. Employees are able to manage their time wisely before you call a meeting and are highly productive. Have I thought through this situation or not to meet? Do I need outside input to make progress? A Harvard Business Review blog has some insight into the questions that should be asked before you decide. And does this necessitate a face-to-face meetings? Have I thought through a face-to-face meeting might very well be the best option to make progress? But in the 21st century, require there are numerous other options that point to higher yields without holding conventional meetings. Does this necessitate a face-to-face meeting? The truth is, a face-to-face meeting might very well be the best option for you. The pros and cons of meetings in the 21st century workplace. There are numerous other options that point to higher yields without holding conventional dictionary. It means a gathering of people for a particular purpose. To this presentation on work trends, gathering the pros and cons of meetings in the 21st century workplace. Or occasion when two people see and talk to each other. The word meeting is a noun. According to Merriam-Webster dictionary, it means a gathering of people for a particular purpose. The Last Supper, where Jesus met with his disciples for religious purposes, or a situation or occasion when the signing of the Declaration of Independence in Pennsylvania was a very important meeting. Have taken place throughout history. And then there are meetings that speak to our core values, the Last Supper, where like Jesus met with his disciples before his demise. In 19th and 20th century workplaces, the signing of the Declaration of Independence in Pennsylvania was a very important decisions were made about business. And then there are meetings that speak to our core values. The problem and irony of those meeting spaces was that the environment was sterile and unproductive, leaving many employees bored. Said to be essential. According to iPlan magazine, in 19th and 20th century workplaces, can be ineffective for a number of reasons. Essential. Several of the top reasons where important decisions were made about business. No meeting agenda. The problem and irony of those meeting spaces no purpose for the environment and sterile, wrong people and participating in the leaving many employees bored. But in the 21st century, according to iPlan changed everything. Meetings can be ineffective for a number of reasons. Virtually, several by way of video conferencing or teleconferencing. Failure to prepare, smartphones, no meeting agenda, boards, and no control of meeting time or tempo. Meetings accessible no purpose and for the meeting and open floor plans and participating in the meeting. Promote healthy, productive idea But in the 21st century, technology changed everything. Today's meetings can now take place virtually. They allow by way of video conferencing or teleconferencing. Smartphones, smart boards, and computer applications have made meetings accessible to manage their time wisely and open floor plans and conference rooms promote healthy, productive idea exchanges. To meet or not to meet? What's the verdict? According to experts, a Harvard Business Review blog has some insight into the questions that should be asked before you reach a clarity of goals. Before you call a meeting, ask these questions. It's cost effective. Have I thought through and this employees situation? Are able to manage their time wisely. Do I need outside input and to are make highly productive? Does moving forward require a real-time conversation? What's the verdict? And does this necessitate a face-to-face meeting? Has some insight into the questions that should be asked before you decide. Might very well be the best option for you. Ask these questions. But in the 21st century, through this situation, are numerous other options that point to higher yields to make without holding conventional meetings. Does moving forward require a real-time conversation? Welcome to this presentation on work trends, necessitate the pros and cons of meetings in the 21st century workplace. The truth is, a face-to-face meeting might very well be the best option for you. According to Merriam-Webster Dictionary, 21st century, it means a gathering of people for a particular purpose. That point to higher yields also without means gathering for religious purposes or a situation or occasion when two people see and talk to each other. Some important meetings have taken place throughout history. For example, the Last Supper, where Jesus met with his disciples before his demise. In American history, the signing of the Declaration of Independence in Pennsylvania was a very important meeting. And then there are meetings that speak to our core values, like a church worship service. In 19th and 20th century workplaces, meetings were believed to be essential. They were the places where important decisions were made about business. The problem and irony of those meeting spaces was that the environment was sterile and unproductive, leaving many employees bored. According to iPlan magazine, meetings can be ineffective for a number of reasons. Several of the top reasons include failure to prepare, no meeting agenda, no control of meeting time or tempo, no purpose for the meeting, and wrong people participating in the meeting. But in the 21st century, technology changed everything. Meetings can now take place virtually by way of video conferencing or teleconferencing. Smartphones, smart boards, and computer applications have made meetings accessible and efficient. And open floor plans and conference rooms promote healthy, productive idea exchanges. According to experts, today's meetings are beneficial. They allow employees to reach a clarity of goals, form teams. It's cost effective, and employees are able to manage their time wisely and are highly productive. So, to meet or not to meet, what's the verdict? A Harvard Business Review blog has some insight into the questions that should be asked before you decide. Before you call a meeting, ask these questions. Have I thought through this situation? Do I need outside input to make progress? Does moving forward require a real-time conversation? And does this necessitate a face-to-face meeting? The truth is, a face-to-face meeting might very well be the best option for you. But in the 21st century, there are numerous other options that point to higher yields without holding